big creatures. Let's pay for that. And that's game. Nice. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing Vorpal Sword, Skeletal Swarming. It's going to be a standard best of one list with average converted mana cost 2.6 with 3 creatures, 32 non-creatures, and 25 lands. Now, the list is revolving around this card, Skeletal Swarming. We're trying to bring it back and play it in a shell that's pretty good and also that has multiple ways of winning without having to rely on this card necessarily. We're also utilizing Vorpal Sword here. It's a 1 mana artifact that says equipped creature gets a 2 and 0 and has Death Touch. It takes 2 black mana to equip, and also it has pay 5 and 3 black, which is 8 mana. It says until the end of turn, Vorpal Sword gains whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. So how do you utilize that? Well, I like that the skeletons have trample, right? And if you hit them once with a skeleton that's equipped with a Vorpal Sword, you win the game, right? Also, we're playing Sorin here, which gives us flyers that we can go over the top with Vorpal Sword as well. We're playing a very straightforward shell that doesn't require a lot of thinking. We're using Dig Up here to find our Vorpal Sword or our Skeletal Swarmings or lands. At the beginning of the game, we're using 4 Dread Fugues just to discard all the removal against our Swarming, or because if you think of it, Vanishing Verse can't remove the Swarming. It's only like specific cards that can remove a multicolored enchantment. So we use Dread Fugue to discard those, and also Dread Fugue can be a 1 mana play or turn 1 play that can discard a very decisive card from their hand, right? It's also pretty decent against aggro, which is swarming the meta at the moment. We're also running 3 spot removal with an Infernal Grasp for man lands and stuff like that. Since I don't want to run Field of Ruin, I'm gonna run Infernal Grasp, and also against like big creatures that our Meat Hook can't really deal with. Infernal Grasp here covers for it. For Bankbuster for the card drawn, since we have Graveyard Trespasser, we can start attacking as soon as turn 3 with Bankbuster, which is pretty good. For Meat Hook Massacre, and it's very necessary to have 4 because you want to open or find this card as fast as possible. I've been playing against a lot of aggro today, so Meat Hook Massacre has been clutch, especially since there are ways for you to ramp here and find lands with Binding, Path to the Festival, and Dig Up. You can Meat Hook for a pretty big and also gain life, right? Meat Hook is an equalizer. Graveyard Trespasser is our graveyard hate card of choice. It's also pretty decent against control, and also combo as well with Bankbuster as a crow, right, as a pilot. For Path to the Festival, so that we can cast our Skeletal Swarming as soon as turn 4, because the card is so slow and it requires a couple of turns until it pops off. And of course, if you start casting it on turn 4 and then on turn 5 you cast another copy, that's just, you're accelerating the speed of having this card on the board and have it going, right? So we needed the ramp here so that we can cast this on turn 4. And also I'm running 25 lands here so I can cast it more reliably on turn 4, because usually you cast your Path to the Festival on turn 3, and on turn 4 you want to top deck a land so you can actually play the land and cast this on turn 4. You get that? That way you have 5 lands. Sorin, we talked about Sorin. Sorin provides flyers for the Vorpal Sword here, and that's why Sorin is here. It's also a value planeswalker that can present life-linking blockers or life-linking attackers, which can help equalize the game if they don't deal with Sorin here. We're also running 2 Binding of the Old Gods, just extra removal, just in case our deck struggles against a certain card, like an artifact or an enchantment, or like a big threat, for example like a planeswalker or something like that. Binding here covers for us and also helps us ramp into our big plays like multiple Skeletal Swarmings, or the 8 mana cost of the Vorpal Sword activation, and also for a big Meat Hook Massacre here. And then we finish it off with Skeletal Swarming here. Skeletal Swarming gets the job done. It's our ace card. The deck is revolving around this list. Since the skeletons provide trample, I just thought I'd pair it with Vorpal Sword here and make a fun list, right, that doesn't usually revolve around Vorpal Sword and doesn't rely on this card, but at the same time it's extra and it's there, and if we actually manage to grind out a game against a certain opponent, this can hit them once. We don't need to drain them out of their life. We just need to hit them once with a card like this, and then that's pretty much game, right? Within the mana base here, we're running 4 snarls. You don't need to run 4 snarls, but I like the snarls here. 1 hive, one lair, 1 Besiju here, 6 swamps, 6 forests, and then your dual lands here, and then the chasms here are for the binding as well. So yeah, that does it for the list. It's a very fun list, and it actually wins multiple games. This list, if it pops off, it's pretty hard to beat, and the Skeletal Swarming in general is a card that is kind of hard to beat, right? If you're playing this card against a lot of slow decks, then you're just going to win over and over and over, because even if they wipe your board like many times, right, like 8 times they wipe your board with like 2 copies of Meat Hook, Blood on the Snow, Doom Scar, whatever, you can always recover with this card, right? And then on your turn, if they manage to block one of the skeletons or kill one of the skeletons, you actually get more value, because each copy of this card can produce 2 skeletons, which is pretty insane, right? So it's definitely one of my most favorite cards, and I love this enchantment here. I'll always be playing this enchantment, and I try to make the deck as rotation proof as possible, although I think the only thing that rotates is binding here. All the other here, I'm not sure that they rotate, but I'm pretty sure we can find a replacement for binding, something that can destroy non-land permanents, right? So don't worry about that. For the most part, it's rotation proof. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you find any value within my content, make sure you like the video. It'll go a long way. It'll put my videos out there. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'd be very happy if we were to grow more and more, and we're on a steady growth course here. Also, check out all the links down in the description if you guys want private one-on-one coaching sessions. I'm a multi-format player that's pretty experienced with multiple formats, so I can guide you in the right direction. Also, if you want to support the channel in other ways, you can become a member, and if you become a member and we reach 200 members by clicking the join button, I'll start streaming every day as well. Other than that, you can become a patron if you want as well. It'll help out the channel in a very great way, and it shows your support for your videos, for the variety of the content, and it shows your appreciation as well. But even a like, a small comment, a subscribe can go a long way, and I appreciate each and every form of support. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later with another video. Okay, bye. Alright, so just ramp and Skeletal Swarming going second. That's a mulligan for me, for sure. It's a slow hand. If you're playing against aggro, you lose. That's a very slow card as well, Skeletal Swarming. It's not like it does anything when it resolves. It needs like 10 turns or something. So this though is just, it's okay. Turn 1, turn 2 at least. Something, right? They only have tapped lands. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. No white sources as well. So I guess they were relying on the Shambling Gas there. And we have to disrupt them as far as possible here. Okay, we have Skeletal Swarming next turn, but they drew the white source here, but they still don't have anything. They can play Meat Hook for 2, but they can't play Rod of Oblivion, right? And we pretty much still don't have anything here, so... Alright, let's play the first one here. It can die to removal easily, but if it doesn't, then that's fine. Even if they have a Meat Hook Massacre here, that's okay. Yeah, they just played a Meat Hook for 1. Okay. We're flooding? Of course we are. Alright, so they can play they can remove the skeletal swarming. Or not. That's okay. They're probably not going to block with the Spirited Companion, right? What? Okay, so they get treasures. This is gonna get removed, so we need another one. And we're just flooding our mines here, flooding out of our mines. We drew another one, which is pretty good. So that if they remove one now, they just... They have to remove both, which they can with Rite of Oblivion, right? So we still need to draw other skeletal swarmings. Or at least a Vorpal sword and a flyer here. Another Meathook Massacre for one. Are they really not going to remove these? Another Spirited Companion, sure. Man, come on with the flooding, bro. Seriously? Okay. They need to blood on the snow now to get something back. So they're really not removing the skeletal swarmings with Rite of Oblivion. Wow. I think they're gonna blood on the snow here. Yeah, we know that. Oh man, the lands. Deck? Please. The lands. How many lands did we draw? I don't remember drawing a spell besides Skeletal Swarming and the other Meathook Massacre here. That's insane. That's really frustrating, to be honest. Not drawing spells, they probably are. Can't really win any games if you're not drawing something to play. They removed the Meathook Massacre. Really? Okay. Oh, is that why you removed the Meathook Massacre? And that's their third or fourth one? One, two... That's their third one. Yeah, very, very lucky indeed. Wow, man, the luck on this player. 3 companions, 3 Meathook Massacres. We're not drawing anything besides a Meathook Massacre here. Okay. The thing is, the more they stay, the more we get skeletons back, and so on, you know? But they've drawn everything so far. Literally everything, and at least 3 of everything. Well, you know, Spirited Companion. We get a mascot exhibition here, I think. Containment breach. See what they want to do. They can get rid of the skeletal swarmings here. Man, what? How are you doing this? Please let me know how you get this luck like that. Please tell me how you get this lucky, or how you draw like that. I would love to know. I would love to know. Seriously. I have never seen a player like that before, ever. I've never seen something like that. All right. We're back at it again. 2 Blood on the Snows, 3 Meat Hook Massacres, 3 Spirited Companions. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we've got the mana. If they don't deal with the creatures this turn, it's pretty much over. Sure. So lucky, but it's not enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. They have to use the Rite of Oblivion here. But we can still kill them next turn. Yeah. GG's. That's fine. We don't really need big creatures. Let's pay for that. And that's game. Nice. Nice. We actually got a win with Vorpal Sword. Nice. Alright. Keep this, I guess. Super slow hand, but mainly because of the lands here. But we have turn 2, turn 3 potential. You know, Bank Buster, Trespasser. If we top deck a basic land, that is. Yeah, playing aggro or not. That's a perfect draw here. It's a very good draw for us. That's pretty good. Next turn we can attack with it. They were on the play though. I mean, we were on the play. Yeah. Kumano. Very slow start from our opponent. Isn't it? Okay. I love Bank Buster into Trespasser into attack here. They're both really good cards. Really, really good cards. Sunrise Cavalier, that's a 4/4. That's a big yikes. Oh, you trying to race us? Sure.
Consider yourself fortunate, our motives
Review.
align. Blood for knowledge, a fair trade.
Cancel. Alright, so this flips so we can't attack anymore, right? They can kill the Sorn here. But next turn and the turn after we have Skeletal Swarmings, so we can't even afford to take a lot of damage here. We need to get these down and get them attacking, right? You go all in on the Sorn. Yeah, I don't mind trading my Bank Buster here. Sorin is just as good value as Bank Buster is. I really don't care about my Bank Buster at this very moment. Okay. They're annoyed, I guess. Sure. We're gonna keep upticking the Sorin here. Reveal. We're gonna get these down. No attacks. Alright, we have to get the Skeletal swarming back to back here. That's how we win. Right, we trample them, and next turn we try to find a way to kill something here. They both go after the Sorin here, I think. But we trade with the Etching of Kumano, or we trade with the Raiju here. But if they put the +1 counter here, that's fine. Yeah, we're definitely trading with that. Yeah, that's okay. Reveal. Yeah, I don't think it really matters here. We play the tapped land, we get this down. Yeah, we can, if they attack here with the haste creature, try to kill the Sorin and try to deal some damage to us here. If they do that, then yeah, another Raiju. Okay, they're tempted to attack here, which is fine. Yeah, they attack with only one. Okay, they attack with both. Yeah, this is getting really, really interesting here.
To darkness I return.
They're saying good game. That's game because you attacked. GG's. I don't know why they didn't deal the damage to the skeleton here. They're too greedy. Nice. Alright, this hand would be good if we can top deck a land, which I hope we can. Turn 1 Dreadfuge. Let's take a look. Prosperous Innkeeper. Infernal Grasp. Grasp doesn't matter. Soul Shatters. Whatever. Let's take the Innkeeper here. Since it helps them ramp, we're playing against Sultai, which seems like control. We drew a land. It's gonna come in tapped. Unfortunate, but we ramp next turn. So if we top deck another land, we can probably have Skeletal Swarming next turn. They're just gonna pass here with the Soul Shatter, which means we can't really play Sorin, but that's a nice top deck here. Hopefully no Jouari or a Negate. It seems like they do have something, but that's pretty good here. They might have Beseiju. You never know. They have access to green, so green can kill enchantments. It's definitely a very interesting moment in the game here. Yeah, they keep passing. That's fine. Alright, I think we attack first. Get them to react a bit. And I think the right play here for me would be Dreadfuge. At this very state of the game here, at least. And I'm thankful we have 2 mana to pay for any counterspell that requires paying. So they're giving us value by killing this skeleton, which is pretty good for me. Ren or Emerith. Which is more threatening? I think the Emerith is, right? Emerith has ward, so we take the Emerith, we binding the Ren with the skeletons, we kill the Ren, right? We binding the tree folk. So yeah, we take Emerith here for sure. So if they resolve a Ren in 7 here, it's pretty good for us. But we can't binding the Emerith, right? Yeah. They're walking right into our plan.
Trees are old and wise. Heed their lessons.
One goes here, one goes here. That's pretty good. Alright, Dreadfuge has been clutch this game, seriously. What a card. In Standard, it's been so good for me. If we're told, I wonder what. Might be a Saw coming here or something. Yeah, probably. Alright, we get to ramp more, which is pretty good. Behold the multiverse. Okay. Yeah, they're doing pretty bad at the moment. Scry to the top here, which is fine. I think we resolve this one here naturally. Yeah, they block one. We get to make more skeletons, but I'm pretty sure they have. They're down to one. Huh. Let's actually play this. That's devastating, right? So if they top deck a Meat Hook Massacre there with the Behold the Multiverse, they lose the game. They lose the game because we have a Meat Hook Massacre, right? Feed the swarm. GG's. Nice. Alright. Mulligan. This hand sucks. Really is terrible. Okay. No ramp. Slow removal. I guess we do our thing here. We need to keep drawing these lands here, so I'm gonna get another green source, I guess. Lands are very important for our Meat Hook Massacre and Skeletal Swarming here. Another Kumano on turn 2. Didn't work out for the last guy, did it? Submit 0. Okay, but this should be interesting here. An Aspirant that's going to be a 3/3. That's fine. Alright. We have Skeletal Swarming next turn, so I guess we just play the Bankbuster here and trade with an Aspirant if they wanted to. Yeah, we have to trade with the Aspirant here anyway, so we crew and trade. We crew, trade, and draw. It seems relevant for me. I mean, oh man, okay. Alright, so if they take the Meat Hook here, that's pretty good for us. If they take the Skeletal Swarming, which they probably do, that's also good for us, which leaves us with a Meat Hook Massacre. So they have a pretty tough decision here, but I think they're going to decide. Yeah, they took the Swarming here. That's okay. Okay. You think I won't trade? Most people think that resolving a Bankbuster is like the holy grail, right? But it's fine. That's a very good trade for me. And look at this. That's a top deck. It's gonna soon get out of hand here quickly. Alright, we need to Meat Hook next turn for sure. Since we're Meat Hooking for 3 anyway. Alright. I guess we Meat Hook for 1 here. That's very good for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we top deck a land next turn, we can play the other Skeletal Swarming here, which is very good. Skyclave Apparition. That's fine. Not a Skeletal Swarming, but it's a playable card at least. They're not going to take the block here for sure, which is fine. We're still at 18 life and we have a Swarming on the battlefield. That has to be really good for us. But this is a different Boros list. The real one, the best one, doesn't run Elite Spellbinder. But I guess they just were sick and tired of not having flyers, so this is their best option. Flyers to go over the top and finish the job for them. But so far they've been playing really slow. Really slow. We have the Swarming next turn, which is fine. They can't attack. They can't afford to attack like that. They can attack. I mean, it's fine. They have to present some serious threats here. Might be a Wandering Emperor here coming down real soon, or not. I'll play the other Skeletal Swarming here. Yeah, Wandering Emperor won't really do much here. They go back to 7. Oh, or I guess they just make these. The samurais. But that's fine. They're at 9/9. So it's either they kill us this turn or it's a bust. If they play a Raiju and play... Yeah, they play a Raiju and they play a burn spell. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That still won't be enough. I guess 11, sure. Yeah, but that's game. Yep. Nice. GG's. Alright, 3 land hand, removal, disruption, keep this. Okay. Slow start from our opponent there, but it's a fine one. Alright, we play... I mean, if they have a wedding announcement, we can't discard that anyway. So might as well just play the Bank Buster here, right? Can't discard a 3-mana play, so it's not worth playing Dreadfugue, to be honest. Could have discarded the Shambling Ghast there, but does it really matter? Yeah, Rite of Oblivion. Yeah. That's fine. At least our Swarming dodges that for quite a bit here. We're drawing lands, which is pretty good, so I think we Dreadfugue here, and then we Sworn next turn, and then hopefully the turn after we just zombies. They're playing Headless Rider here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So maybe Orzhov zombies. Gonna resolve the Sorn here. I think it's a must. Maybe eat the Rite of Oblivion here. Gonna create the Vampire as well, just to distribute the Sorn, because it's very likely for them to use a Rite of Oblivion on the Sorn. So let's see. We want the Sorn to eat the Rite of Oblivion so we can resolve Skeletal Swarmings turn after turn. Yeah, that's fine by me. They're walking right into my plan here. Okay. Sure. Of course I'm going to take the trade there. Yeah, they make a 2/2, but who cares? Okay. Very, very hasty with their Rite of Oblivion there, but I mean, anyone would do it, right? I'm pretty confident that we're starting at 22 life like that. Yeah, they put a 3/3 here, a Shambling Ghast, that's fine. Ghast can eat one of our creatures, but that's okay. I'll probably take the block here, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Let's resolve the other Skeletal Swarming here. Let's try to race them with these Swarmings. Morbid Opportunist, okay. Yeah, they draw. Yeah, sure. They might have top decked to land there as well. It's a very interesting list, for sure. Okay, they take the block. Wow. Alright, to slow the Skeletal Swarmings down? Okay. Nope, you're not about to get that. Sure. So we're just battling it out with Swarmings here. 9/1s. We're attacking with 9/1s next turn. Headless Rider is fine. Humiliate. Okay. We put a +1 counter on the Headless Rider. That's fine by me. It's just a Beseiju in hand here. Very interesting list. Yeah, but that's pretty much game. Nice. That was quick. Mulligan. Okay. No ramp. Can't afford to take the Sorn here. It's a very, to take the removal here, it's a very slow hand anyway, so we might need to catch up. Yeah, see? Very unfortunate here. We're running a ton of basics, but that's what happens when you play Snarls. Full Valkyrie. Okay. Let's take a look. Yikes. We have to take these and hope they didn't draw land. Of course they top deck a land off the top. Okay. Back-to-back skeletal swarmings. It's the best we can do. I can resolve a Wandering Emperor on the skeleton here, but it says at the end, black skeleton. So the card is green and black, but the skeleton you make is black? Make it make sense, please. It makes zero sense. Okay. Well, we're going to lose really quickly here. We're going to Vanishing Reverse one of them as well. I guess not. A Wandering Emperor, so they're going to try to erase here? Or just use the Wandering Emperor on one of them? Sure. But we can kill your Wandering Emperor, buddy. Alright, let's create this since they're going to Vanishing Reverse the Sorn here, most likely. If they Vanishing Reverse the Vampire, they attack the Sorn. That takes the majority of their turn anyway. Rampage of the Valkyries is fine. Yeah, they kill Sorn here. If they attack the Sorn, one goes here and one goes here. We value the Sorn, I guess. All right. They take this, I think. But I think what we do here is we minus the Sorn. We play another one. We minus the other one as well. Okay, that's the only way we flip it around, I think. Just try to get very greedy with these vampires in the life gain. Yeah, now you want to Vanishing Reverse the Sorn. Okay. Retribution is fine. These are 9/9s. Doesn't really matter what you do here. Try to close out the game. I'm just going to triple block. I think that's game anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Wow. We actually managed to flip it around. Nice. GG's. That was pretty good.